Welcome everybody to the September 11th, 2025 Boardroom Breakdown. It was a rather somber occasion because it is 9/11 and of course we had a horrific murder yesterday with Charlie Kirk, and then we had the horrific murder of innocents with the children. And it gives me time to, to pause, and it gives us all time to pause. But we had a great, we had a local pastor from West Florida Baptist. He came in and did the invocation for the meeting, and his name was Dan Libby, Pastor Dan Libby. He's an associate pastor there. And then, you know what, we had another interesting thing with a public forum where we had Pastor Colten from Avalon Baptist Church. He came in and did a very nice prayer at the onset of public forum. He was able to get a good message put across in that short amount of time.
Yeah, I thought they both had great messages.
They had really good messages.
And it is September 11th, and we took some time to remember that, both with a moment of silence along with a video that Michael Tarver on our team put together. It was a great video. But it being September 11th, I think we all remember, for those of us that were alive on September 11th, 2001, we remember what it was like, where we were at the moment. I got to say that the sense of uncertainty and fear that overtook a lot of us for a while, but at the same time there was a coming together that happened that I saw in the nation, and I would like to see us get back to that at some point. It's unfortunate it takes terrible things to bring people back together, but we talked about the number of people that lost their lives that day, and then the thousands of people that have lost their lives since then in the decades after. Many of them were first responders that ran to the danger and then survived the attack itself, but then suffered for many decades, and we've now lost those lives. But I just think it was important that we took the time to remember them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, we had some pretty good stuff on the agenda after that. The speed table attention that we gave to Whitley Lane. Those poor people have been dealing with a drag strip. It's a literal drag strip. It's a single car drag strip, and it's good to get something done for those folks. It's and we had public buy-in. We had skin in the game. So I love that private-public partnership. You always love. I'm always a big proponent of that. And when you see the public come in and say, "We got skin in the game. We're ready to get going on here."
We had some exciting content today with the Florida Town Living Shoreline construction contract. The board awarded $877,960 to construct that Florida Town Living Shoreline project, and that's funded primarily through the Resilient Florida Grant Program. And that's going to be exciting because it's going to create some resiliency there on the shoreline and help reestablish that area so we don't have continued erosion there at Florida Town. It's a sensitive area on the bay.
Yes, it is, and it's really a beautiful area. And every time we get even a hint of a storm, it was getting some serious damage because of where it lies geographically. It's in that northern part of the bay. So anytime that you have an active storm coming in, that wind's usually coming out of the south. It's creating waves it's creating surfable waves in some of those storms. That one's really exciting.
Yeah. There's another fun environmental project we talked about. We approved a quarterly cleaning at Navarre Beach Pier. So just so everyone knows, that doesn't mean going up and scrubbing the deck of the pier. This is if you're a swimmer and you get scuba gear, you can start helping with that. So Sunday, September 21st, beginning at 8 a.m., and it's going to be a 2-hour event. The pier will be closed to all activities from 8 to 10. But that will allow people that want to come out and volunteer to help clearing the pilings at the pier, trash, fishing line, things that get hung up around that, and to help clean that up.
Some good gotcha lures, probably tied up under there.
But we can encourage the public to come out and help, and maybe you get a free lure or two as a trophy.
Right, it might be a freshly lost lure.
We could all do a little bit more of that working together, so it's exciting. Speaking of working together, we've got the 2026 legislative session is going to start up soon in Tallahassee. So we discussed a little bit of that today with the board. We talked about what the board's goals would be as far as what we want to see accomplished in the legislative session in Tallahassee this year. So we talked a little bit about the different things we want to support, along with the possibility of talking about some different projects we may want to ask for some funding for.
We know, everybody knows it's going to be a challenging legislative session coming up.
But there's still opportunity, and there's still good that'll come out of it. One thing we talked about to kick off our meeting was next week is National Forensic Science Week.
Yeah.
And, you know, we talked a little about medical examiner and what they do. And I know for a lot of people, they think of the coroner, the medical examiner as being a very negative thing. But we tried to highlight some of the great work they do.
Right.
What we need to remember is, you know, you oftentimes think of the medical examiner when something really bad has happened, when you know, someone's been murdered or something like that. And I think that's television and movies have seeped in to our minds when it comes to that. But let's remember that the folks there do tremendous work to give families closure, to help with even causes of natural death. But they do great work, and we just wanted to highlight what they do and the special kind of people it takes to do that kind of job, and how it really is a public service and a public safety issue. So I was glad we got to acknowledge them again.
Yes, and right now, while the new facility's being built, that's very exciting. I'm looking forward to being able to see that new facility and getting them out of the cramped quarters that they're currently working under. Well, folks, there you have it. It was a good meeting. It was a somber day, but it was also, you know, a day of reflection. Until next time, thanks for joining us at the Boardroom Breakdown.